This past week was littered with horror movie news that dripped with blood. In today's video, I'm going to attempt to recap as much of it as I possibly can. Now let's get into it, fellas. Before we talk about horror updates, I want to first thank my wonderful patrons that keep this channel afloat. Without all of the incredible people that support this page, I wouldn't be able to keep making videos as frequently as I do. Jason and Freddy tier patrons can watch my new video early covering last year's M3GAN right now. Sign up now to check that out by clicking on the link in the description below or by pressing the join button on this page. Thank you all again for your support. Now let's get into it. While I unfortunately wasn't one of the lucky few over on the West Coast who got to see MaXXXine early, I did get to see a new scene from the movie released in theaters this week, alongside a re-release of 2022's X. The scene in question was MaXXXine Minx auditioning for The Puritan 2. She's asked why she's making the leap from adult films to horror, to which MaXXXine tells them that she's 33 now. Her industry may be less interested in her, but she still has the desire to become a star. She definitely still comes off as a megalomaniac, but absolutely kills the audition. It also hilariously ends with the director and the casting agents here asking to see her tits. She complies. This tells me that this movie will see MaXXXine turn into an even bigger monster than she already was, but at least she has a reason for it. The careful approach Ty West is taking with this sequel already makes it something different from Pearl. I actually wanted to root for MaXXXine after watching this, which was something I struggled with while rewatching X here again. She's just so full of herself, damn! The clip also started off with home video footage from her father's camera. More proof that MaXXXine's dad's presence will be felt in the upcoming flick. I wonder if this will explain the strange-looking characters with machine guns possibly being religious cult members in the trailer. We'll find out sooner than later, however, as the movie arrives on July 5th. I am dying to see this one, and I am so jealous of all the people who got to see it early. Mike Flanagan, director of horror hits such as Oculus, Hush, and Dr. Sleep, recently signed on to continue the Exorcist franchise for Blumhouse. After The Exorcist Believer failed to be a hit with franchise fans, David Gordon Green exited the project, and Blumhouse is looking to take a, quote, radically new direction with the series. This is certainly in their best interest after the clusterfuck that was the last entry. Thankfully, that planned trilogy is already dead in its grave. Flanagan recently stated, "The Exorcist is one of the reasons I became a filmmaker, and it's an honor to have the chance to try something fresh, bold, and terrifying within its universe. Reuniting with my friends at Blumhouse with whom I've made some of my favorite pieces of work only makes this more exciting." Flanagan's new vision for The Exorcist arrives on May 13th of 2026, and yes, that is a Friday, baby. Maybe we'll have a new Jason movie to look forward to then as well. Fingers crossed! In less than 3 weeks, the highly anticipated Longlegs arrives in theaters from horror director Osgood Perkins. I'm extremely excited for that movie as it features an excellent cast consisting of Micah Monroe and Nicolas Cage, as well as it having the freaking scariest marketing campaign for a horror movie that I've ever seen. I see this movie becoming one of my favorites of 2024. Don't miss this one on July 12th. But up next from the same director is an adaptation of Stephen King's short story, The Monkey. That film releases on February 21st of 2025 and stars She-Hulk, Frodo, and Corey Cunningham. The film sounds very similar to the short story, but you can tell from the plot description that they will be taking some liberties to expand it into a feature. That reads, when twin brothers Hall and Bill discover their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start occurring around all of them. The brothers decide to throw the monkey away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. But when the mysterious deaths begin again, the brothers must reunite to find a way to destroy the monkey for good before it takes the lives of everyone close to them. Just like Longlegs, it comes from my personal favorite indie studio right now, Neon, who has been consistently pumping out horror bangers lately. Immaculate, Infinity Pool, and Crimes of the Future come to mind first and foremost. I cannot wait to see both of these movies coming up real soon here. Speaking of the super talented Micah Monroe, the It Follows sequel titled They Follow just got an update from the actress who has praised the new script. Speaking with Collider, Monroe says, "It Follows was changing the game in the genre, and David Robert Mitchell wouldn't ever make a sequel if he didn't think it was going to top it. He just knows what he wants to do and what he wants to make." I mean, at first I'm like, oh, a sequel? Where are we going to go there? And I read it, and it's just so fucking good. It's so good. I'm so excited. I think where you'll meet Jay at this point is maybe not what's expected, expected, but it's so cool. It's just, of course, as everyone says for sequels, literally though, is just bigger and darker and more fucked up. Reading it was the craziest thing ever. I am so excited for this role. It's been a long time since I've been excited to delve into something. There's a lot there to play with, and I think it's going to be incredibly challenging for sure, but so fulfilling. Working with David, I can't wait. I've been on the fence about an It Follows continuation. It's one of my favorite horror movies ever due to its quirky performances, banging soundtrack, and creepy moments. Even though I love the way the original film ended on an ambiguous note, I have to admit there is franchise potential here that writer-director David Robert Mitchell clearly sees. The title suggests that there will be more followers in the sequel opposed to just one, meaning the chaos and carnage could be even grander this time around. I'm also curious to learn more about Micah's character Jay Height and where she is now after the events of the first film. I can't wait to see her in Longlegs, but I think I might be even more excited for this follow-up. The M3GAN universe is expanding not only with the sequel arriving in summer of next year, but also a spin-off movie titled Soulmate. You think that they would lose the TE at the end there and just have it be Soul M8? Because, like, you got the... You know what? Never mind. Deadline reports that it will be a 90s-style erotic thriller with a technological twist. Kate Dolan, director of You Are Not My Mother, will helm the project. Soulmate is being described as a man acquires an artificially intelligent android to cope with the loss of his recently deceased wife. In an attempt to create a truly sentient partner, he inadvertently turns a harmless love bot into a deadly soulmate. It sounds like it'll be expanding upon the themes from M3GAN, how AI can be extremely dangerous if used improperly. A topic that's all too real in today's world. Talking about her new film, Kate Dolan says, "Fundamentally, I view this film as an exploration of relationships and loneliness. Despite technological advances, there are enduring human truths we cannot escape, and I am looking forward to delving into those depths." Producer James Wan says, "Soulmate is a thrilling and seductive addition to the M3GAN universe. We're excited to partner with Kate to bring this story to life with her unique cinematic vision and point of view." The film arrives on January 2nd of 2026, less than a year after the release of the M3GAN sequel on June 27th of 2025. It's no surprise that Blumhouse is turning this into a collective universe after the first movie was a surprise hit. Deserving of this too, as it was an actually entertaining PG-13 horror movie. There aren't many of those these days. Ever since Scream 5 confirmed that Mark Kincaid had married Sidney Prescott, fans have been clamoring for an on-screen reunion of the two characters. Patrick Dempsey's Mark Kincaid was last seen alive in the franchise at the end of Scream 3, hinting at a possible relationship between him and Sidney. Now with Dempsey working with Spyglass on their latest murder mystery film, Thanksgiving, fans have been speculating that he would return to the next franchise entry. The latest update on the actor has some fans worried about his potential franchise return, however. Patrick has just signed on for a starring role in the Dexter prequel series called Dexter Original Sin. He plays a prominent character on the show that will be filming until November of this year. Rumors have circulated that Scream 7 will begin shooting this fall, which has fans wondering if the actor will actually return or not. I don't really know how you could tell another Sydney story without her family being involved. If Patrick Dempsey doesn't get announced as being part of the cast, I think I'll just be scratching my head until the movie arrives. Scream sequels have always had a tight rope to cross to be successful. Despite its target audience being typically younger people, it's a deceptively complex series that has only gotten tougher to continue recently. With the absence of the most recent franchise stars, the series has been in hot water for a while now too. Spyglass needs to make this new entry a hit if they hope to continue this franchise moving forward. I hope they give the fans what they want by showcasing Sydney's family as the next target of a new Ghostface killer. Maybe that means working around Patrick's busy schedule or pushing the movie back. I personally think that Spyglass has their backs against the wall unless they want a ton of disappointed fans walking out of the movie theaters upon the next film's arrival. Virtually nothing is confirmed about Scream 7's cast besides Neve Campbell's return. I'd hate to see this franchise repeat itself again by tying Sydney to another story about young people getting attacked by Ghostface as she comes in just to help. We literally just saw that back in 2022. Give us something fresh, Spyglass. Come on now. It was recently announced that Terrifier 2 will be getting a novelization from a partnership deal with Titan Books, Cineverse, and Bloody Disgusting. Tim Wagner, who wrote the novelizations of Halloween Kills and Resident Evil The Final Chapter, that's hilarious, has also penned the novel based on our favorite killer clown movie. I'm hoping that the novelization dives deeper into the cryptic storytelling of the sequel that only gave us a peek behind the curtain of what's actually going on here. I think we will learn more about Sienna's father's connection to the sadistic clown as well as who the heck he actually actually is. Who's underneath all that white and black makeup? Is Art even a person? Well, we'll probably know soon if it comes from the novelization or the third film arriving this October. Speaking of which, if you're itching for more Terrifier feeling content, a new movie called Stream is coming out from director Michael Levy. He worked on both Terrifier films so far and even played Will the Exterminator in the first movie. Dude got his head cut off. Bloody Disgusting just announced that Days of the Dead Indianapolis will be hosting a sneak peek event for the film on July 6th, where fans in attendance will see the first theatrical trailer super early. I'm thinking about making the 5-hour drive myself as I'm extremely excited for this film. I can't say much now, but your boy might be seeing it a bit earlier than August 21st, the theatrical release date. See this one in theaters and check out my review of the film coming soon. Those are some of the most exciting updates from this past week. Trust me, I would have loved to cover the Crystal Lake drama, but I'd have to dedicate a whole video to that. So much got revealed there, I simply would not be doing it justice, making it into one little blurb in this random ass upload. Look up the article on that one. Wow. Which update from today's video has you the most excited? Leave me something about it in the comments below. Please consider subscribing to this page and my new gaming channel, GullGotha. Thank you again for watching, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all.